You take a look at the Pistons. They thought they'd be up 3-1 at this time. Instead, they find themselves in a win-or-go-home scenario. This is unexpected, huh?
Kevin, this is why they play the games. On paper, this wasn't supposed to happen. Maybe they got a little complacent. Maybe this raucous home crowd can snap them out of this trance that they seem to be in.
Well, they need something, that's for sure. A look at the starting group for the Magic. Down low, it's Banchero and Carter. The guard pair form will be Suggs and Bain. And it's Wagner in at the 3, the small forward. Now, here's Banchero. Just 5 to shoot. That shot, no good. Some solid defense from Harris. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for Detroit. The kick out to Cunningham. That 3 off the mark.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Carter with a screen on Cunningham. Carter against Duran. And it's Carter missing. And now, let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, J.B. Bickerstaff had a few moments to share with me. He was blunt when talking about his assessment of Franz Wagner. Coach praised the toughness Wagner plays with, saying, "We're talking about a 6'10 wing who goes hard to the bucket. He invites contact. Those aren't easy guys to contend with." Kevin?
All right, Allie, thanks. Orlando with the ball, following the bucket by the Pistons. Banchero dishes to Carter. Rebound, Detroit.
Well, the defense was solid, but usually I expect him to make that layup.
Harris a screen on Wagner. Down low. It's stolen by Banchero. Carter outside. That's good, and it's Banchero with the assist.
And that's a huge body down low. When Carter Jr. gets that kind of position, there's not much you can do to stop it.
Now here is Harris. Back to Cunningham. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And that is great work inside by Cunningham. He can just beat you in so many ways.
Wagner outside. Orlando moving the ball. Robinson against Bain. Pocket 6. Unloads. Duran pulls it in.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Cunningham kicks to Robinson. To Cunningham. Driving in. Beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark. And so Suggs with it. He brings it up for the Orlando Magic. They are really pleased with the victory on Monday.
And it's just never easy to get stops in this league, but they had a smart game plan defensively, and I felt like that was the difference.
Well, their closeouts on shooters was impressive, and they kept them uncomfortable the entire game.
Suggs against Cunningham. Pass to Wagner. Back to Banchero. It's stolen by Harris. Here's Thompson, and Thompson throws it down.
And when it comes to getting up and down the floor, Thompson has few peers.
Suggs against Cunningham. Suggs passes to Bain. Banchero a screen on Robinson. It's tipped. It's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
He is just trying to make an impact by disrupting their rhythm.
Six to shoot. Carter with a screen on Robinson. The drive by Bain. And yes, it's good.
And the strength of Bain helps him on the bounce.
Harris outside. He's looking for Duran and finds it. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Yeah, catch and flush in one motion. Duran presents a big target out there.
And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. The Magic trail by 4. Now, here's Suggs. Hasn't made one yet. Van Carroll looking around. Pulls up on the wing. Rebound, Detroit. Duran's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Harris kicks to Cunningham. Harris against Van Carroll. Great defense that time from Van Carroll. Outside, Suggs. Van Carroll outside. Carter sets the pick for Van Carroll. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And guys, that sprint will serve Van Carroll really well in the league, and we're starting to see signs of it already.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
And they've set the tone from the jump. They're looking to pound it inside and score in the paint.
Another highlight for them has been their early ball movement, making quick, decisive passes to set up guys for great looks.
In the top pick in the 2022 draft, Paolo Banchero excels with the ball in his hands as a playmaker or finisher.
Now, here's Cunningham. Not going to go that time. Great D that time from Bain.
Yeah, this quarter has just been a struggle for him offensively.
Here's Black. Outside, Bain. Pass to Van Carroll. Back to Bain. The Magic need to get a shot off here. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Cunningham inside. He's defended by Wagner. Duran with a screen on Bain. Thompson dishes to Harris. Back to Thompson. Detroit needs to get off a shot. And now the fast break. Van Carroll with the ball. That gives them the lead. Van Carroll's got 5 points so far. And a closer look here at the hustle stance for the Magic.
And just a great job so far applying pressure defensively. The opposition is on their heels with the ball in their hand. Nightmares clamps thus far.
And then there's the points off turnovers. They've really made the other team pay when they've lacked ball security.
Here is Cunningham. Paolo Banchero making his last shot. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
And with each miss, you can feel him pressing just a little bit more.
Bain finds Black. Carter with a screen on top. Black up top. He's covered by Thompson. Here's Van Carroll for 3. Rebound by the Pistons.
Yeah, it's been a tough game for him with his shooting. Fortunately, the rest of the team has picked him up, and they have the lead.
Duran with it. Pass to Cunningham. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. The Magic have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. Bain kicks to Wagner. Good ball movement here by the Magic. And there's Bain. That's good on the assist by Carter. Now it's a 4-point Magic lead. And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for the Pistons. Hands to Harris. Duran with a screen on Van Carroll. Harris passes to Duran. And the layup is good. And that's now 6 points here for Jalen Duran.
Yeah, it's a street fight out there, and that's exactly how Duran likes to play.
Outside, Dane. Wagner looking it over. Harris against Banchero. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. LeVert's checked in for the Pistons. Jenkins comes in for Duncan Robinson. And a change for the Magic. Kane's checked in. The Pistons have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Harris outside. Duran sets the screen for Harris. He's looking for Duran and finds him. Payne with the steal. To the middle. Here's Kane. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
All it takes is a half second of carelessness, and someone will be rocking the rim going the other way.
Now Black. No scoring in this one. On the lane, Bane. They set the pick. 5 on the clock. Pass to Wagner. Shoots over LeVert. And it's Wagner missing. Pistons trailed by 4. 1:49 left to play here in the first. Duran sets the screen for Harris. Inside. Tries from the block. The shot is good off the backboard. Duran's got 8 points.
Every year, Duran gets a little craftier in the lane. He really understands where and how to get his points.
It's stolen by Duran. And here we go. The Pistons fast break. Here's Cunningham. He nails it. And we're tied up. Cunningham's got his second bucket of the game to go.
With that now, only 2 of 7 to start the game. Not the start he was hoping for.
Wagner outside. Pass to Black. From deep. It's good from long range. And the Magic lead by 3.
We always talk about Wagner's versatility. That includes the playmaking.
Now here's Jenkins. There's the pick. Out to Harris. Got it. Good job in the low post.
And it does a world of good for them to have Harris getting busy inside. Gives them that inside-out edge they're looking for.
Now here's Payne. He has 5. 23 seconds left in the first. Out to Carter. Pass to Black. Shoots over Jenkins. It's hauled in by Harris.
Right, it didn't go that time, but that's a shot he should feel confident in taking.
Duran finds Cunningham. Over Kane. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Orlando out in front, leading by a point. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. So glad to have you with us here as we bring you more action from courtside at Game 5. And when you consider how the Magic are doing, what do you think?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
And they need to continue that edge on defense. If your opponent is rattled, just dial up the pressure even more.
Isaiah Stewart out there with Holland. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then there's Javonte Green. And it's Jenkins in at the guard position. That's the group for Detroit right now. And it's LeVert missing.
And that's not exactly the matchup they were looking to exploit there.
Pass to De Silva. Here's Vitadze, by Green. Here's De Silva. Back the pass to Kane. Now Vitadze. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Vitadze's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Magic. It's stolen by Banchero. It's Black in the corner. Pass to Kane. Shot clock at 5. Here's De Silva. LeVert defending. And it's Banchero missing.
Oh, and he's a very good mid-range shooter, but the defense was all over him there, making that a very difficult shot.
Now here's LeVert. Scoreless thus far.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Yeah, not only does he create the space he needs, but then he attacks downhill.
Here's Kane. Pass to Vitadze. To the wing right side. Good ball mover here by the Magic. There's 3-pointers off the mark. The Pistons trailing. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Stewart, a screen for Jenkins. And no good, had a chance to take the lead there.
The defense really didn't do enough to alter that shot. It's simply a miss.
Black with it. To the inside. It's Vitadze. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. The Magic shooting their second and third shots at the line right here. And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. A different look here for Detroit. Asar Thompson, he's checked in for Holland. Duncan Robinson comes in for Green. And Cade Cunningham subbed in for Jenkins. Jalen Suggs is checked in for Orlando. First free throw is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here's Cunningham. Robinson a screen on Suggs. Cunningham for 3. That shot goes in. He now has 3 field goals and 6 misses today.
Really efficient from the perimeter. He is finding those shots that he is making.
Back the pass to Kane. And here's Banchero. Outside, Suggs. 5 to shoot. Over Stewart. Rebounded by Cade Cunningham. And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. The defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. It's deflected. And it's Thompson with the jam.
And when he lets the athleticism take over, Thompson can do almost anything.
Vitadze is screen on Cunningham. And that one is good from Suggs.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
Now, here is Robinson. Still without a basket. Shoots over Black. Here's Stewart. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5
have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Here's Black. Batadze finds Suggs. Back to Batadze. Stewart with the steal. Pass to Thompson. Now here's Levert. Cunningham outside. 6 on the shot clock. And here's Thompson. Black defending Robinson. It's hauled in by the Magic. Here's Kane. Pass to Black. Now Banchero. Levert defending. Kane, the pass to Suggs.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
At the line for the Magic, Batadze, 2 shots.
That's good from Batadze. Harris is checked in for Levert. Wagner's checked in for Orlando. Bain comes in for Anthony Black. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
Well, they had a chance to take the lead, but at least he tied it up.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
One thing I really like about Asar Thompson, he's a team-first guy, always willing to make the extra pass.
Here's Suggs, following the 3 by Detroit, and stolen by Harris. And here we go, the Pistons fast break. And Thompson kicks to Cunningham. Pass to Harris. The kick out to Cunningham. Just 5 on the clock. Suggs with some nice defense. The Magic trail by 3. Here's Banchero. Suggs looking around. Lets the 3 fly. Robinson pulls it in. Detroit's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Pass to Harris. Rebound by the Magic. Outside, Bain. Now Batadze. Outside, Suggs. Good on the 3-point shot. Suggs has got it all tied up now for the Magic.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
For Detroit, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Cunningham sets a screen for Robinson. Harris outside. Pass to Thompson. The rebound by Batadze.
Wow, you got to commend the defensive effort right there. It really made a difference.
Bain passes to Suggs. Now, here's Banchero. Guarded by Harris. Here's Batadze. And here is Bain. 5 points in the game. Latrey. Headshot off.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Cunningham on the wing. Thompson outside. Bobbed up there for Thompson. An emphatic LU jam.
I think the rim could be 12 feet off the ground, and Thompson could still go get the lob.
And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes.
The ball destroyed. Hits the Pistons answer.
Duren, he's checked in for Detroit. The Magic also changing it up. Wagner comes in for Goga Bitadze. And it's Kane in for Banchero. Orlando trailing here. Suggs passes to Wagner. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Bane against Robinson. Lets it go from deep. And Desmond Bane good for 3. Bane's got 8 points.
And he just lights it up from downtown. Bane so dangerous from out there.
Robinson kicks to Harris. To the paint. Here's Cunningham. And Cunningham with the slam. A lot of give and take between these sides early.
And both teams look like they came to play. He should have a good one.
Now, here's Suggs. 6 points for him. Kane, the pass to Bane. Outside, Suggs. Wagner, a screen on Cunningham. 4 on the shot clock. Top of the key. And it's Suggs missing. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Pistons. Cunningham finds Duren. And here is Harris. Fires the 3. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
And Harris is really effective shooting off the catch.
Suggs passes to Bane. No good on the shot. Some solid defense from Robinson. Pistons leading by 4. Cunningham outside. Left side, Harris. To Duren. Count that one. 10 points here for Jalen Duren.
Well, that right there is Duren's workshop. When he's that close to the bucket, he is awfully difficult to handle.
Here's Kane, guarded by Harris. Bane against Robinson. Inside. Here's Wagner. And finished off by Wagner.
Go into the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Well, defensively, you can't allow that in a game this close.
Basket counts.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Now, here's Suggs. He's got 6. Here's Kane. Outside, Suggs. It's stolen by Cunningham. And Harris wide open. He shoots. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist.
He has been in a great flow tonight, converting at a high rate.
The Magic trail by 9. Now Suggs. Payne for 3. Rebound by the Pistons. Duren's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
And they continue to control the glass.
Here's Cunningham. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Suggs in the corner. Pass to Bane. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Asar Thompson. That is his first foul of the game for the Magic. Carter, he's checked in for Wagner. And Banchero's subbed in for Kane. Carter finds Banchero. Carter with a screen on Harris. Back to Carter. It's tipped. It's stolen by Duren. Cunningham passes to Harris. Duren high post. Pass to Thompson. 2 on the clock. That one doesn't drop. Tobias Harris, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Pistons. For moments during that quarter, it felt like a one-man wrecking crew. It seemed he was doing everything out there. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Some great postseason action in the first half of play. A healthy lead has been built for the Detroit Pistons.
Anytime they sniff the paint, it's a bucket. And they found different ways to do it.
Yeah, their game plan gets the Shaq seal of approval. Get it inside and hit them hard.
Checking out how the Pistons are doing in this series. Guys, if you had to come up with one word to describe their situation in this series, what would it be?
Question for the panel. Is long shot one word or two?
Yes.
It's not looking good.
Well, I think it's long hyphen shot. So,
Let's pretend it's one word.
well, Cancun, that's the word that they should be thinking about.
Well played, well played. We'll see how they do. Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And we're with you again as our round one coverage continues. We've seen a tremendous game from Harris.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
And that will be the biggest adjustment. They have to force the ball out of his hands, but that's a difficult challenge.
The Magic trail by 9. Checking out the group for Jamal Mosley to start the second half. The guard pair form will be Suggs and Bain. Wagner is in the front court alongside Banchero. And it's Carter in at the 5. Bounce pass Suggs. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Banchero for 3. You can't get that one. Some solid defense from Harris.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Duran finds Harris. Now here's Thompson. Duran sets the screen for Thompson. Pass to Cunningham. And then Cunningham with the dunk.
Playing above the rim. That's an aggressive move by Cunningham.
The Magic trail by 11. And for those of you tuning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Outside, Payne. Out to Carter. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Bain.
Well, you can't let that happen. That seems like a mental mistake.
Pistons leading by 11. Cunningham with it. There's the lob to Duran. It's stolen by Carter. Shots good by Duran.
And what's great about Duran's production is it's consistent and he plays to his strength.
Outside, Payne. Pass to Carter. Now, Suggs. Here's Bain. Shot clock at 6. And here's Banchero. Guarded by Harris. And it's Banchero missing.
Well, if you take low percentage shots, you are going to have difficulty making them.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now, here's Suggs. 6 points for him. Payne for 3. Rebound by the Pistons. Duran's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. And Thompson kicks to Cunningham. Back to Thompson. Duran sets the screen for Thompson. In the corner, it's Harris. It's stolen by Banchero. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Bain drives in. Kicks it out to Wagner. Over Cunningham. And it's Wagner missing.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Pass to Duran. Cunningham against Wagner. Cunningham right side. And there it is for him. Cunningham's got 13.
This is the second half start they were hoping for. 4 straight field goals out of the gate.
And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Suggs passes to Carter. Bain against Robinson. To the middle. Here's Banchero. Thompson against Wagner. Carter sets the pick for Wagner. And that time, also a missed shot.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime. But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Bain finds Suggs. Back to Bain. Pass to Wagner. Banchero inside. Harris is there. It's stolen by Duran. Cunningham looking around. Out to Harris. Takes the 3. Good, and the assist goes to Cunningham. Cunningham's got 3 assists now in this one. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for Detroit.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
I really like their effort in transition tonight, constantly pushing the pace and then turning that into points.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
So oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
Robinson kicks to Cunningham. To the inside. And stolen by Wagner. And now Orlando on the break. Banchero finds Suggs. Now Bain. Defended by Duran. Banchero against Harris. Banchero passes to Suggs. Misses, and the dry spell continues.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Yeah, it's just time to settle everything down. Get high percentage looks and then D up.
Down low. Back to Wagner. Carter with a screen on Thompson. Carter outside for 3. Rebounded by the Pistons.
He created the opening. He got the angle. Unfortunately, that miss was just on him.
And Thompson kicks to Harris. Pistons passing it around. Suggs against Cunningham. Beyond the arc. Another shot. Duran, no good. And here's Banchero. He'll bring it up for the Magic. They're scoreless since the first half. And here is Suggs. He's got 6. That's good from Banchero on the assist from Suggs. Banchero's got 8 points.
And with that three-pointer, how about ending that 11-0 run by the Pistons?
Cunningham against Suggs. Cunningham gets the bucket. Cunningham's got 6 in the quarter. The Magic trailed by 19. Inside. And then caught it at the jam.
Playing with some force on the interior. You gotta love Carter Jr. playing with that level of physicality.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. And the Pistons making a change here. Jenkins checked in. Black's checked in for the Magic. Banchero against Harris. Now here's Jenkins. Still yet to score. Hits it from three-point range. And the Pistons lead by 20.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
Now, here's Banchero. He's got 8. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got his 5th rebound in this one.
Well, this has been far from his best game. And if they're going to come back here, he's got to find a way to get going.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
It's a great game plan, and it's great execution. They've really been in the zone.
Now, here's Wagner. Really left alone that time. Wagner's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Yeah, just going back and forth. It is really competitive out there.
Harris with it. He's covered by Banchero. Harris passes to Duran. Out to Harris. 5 to shoot. With the clock winding down, and Duran slams it in.
And this team really counts on Duran for exactly that. Securing, misses, and then immediately taking it back up.
Bain against Robinson. Bain, no good.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Robinson kicks to Jenkins. Pass to Harris. Now here's Jenkins. He's defended by Wagner. Now Jenkins puts up a deep 3. They get it back. Duran. Thompson. It's good on the putback.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Bain looking around. And they call an illegal screen here.
Beyond the leaning, you can see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Also, the ball handler needs to wait until the screener's feet are set.
So for the Pistons, Stewart's checked in for Tobias Harris. Green comes in for Asar Thompson. And it's LeVert in for Robinson. The Magic also changing it up. Goga Bitadze's checked in for Wendell Carter. And it's Kane in for Wagner. Now here's Jenkins. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. Pass to Stewart. This ball moved by Detroit. Here's LeVert. Great key that time from Bain. Orlando's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. 1:43 left to play in the third. LeVert brings the double team. Banchero, a screen for Bane. Over Green. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
And he doesn't have to do it alone. He's got 4 teammates on the floor.
Now, here's Stewart. Back to LeVert. Here's Stewart. Here's Jenkins. And again, it's the Pistons missing. Orlando's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it. 9 times they've missed. Now, Black. Pass to Banchero. Outside, Bane. Now, Black. Shoots over Jenkins. Black, no good.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Launches it. And it's Orlando with the rebound. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Batadze inside. Guarded by Stewart. To the paint. Got a piece of it. LeVert against Bane. Duren with the screen on Bane. LeVert the pass to Duren. And Duren slams it in.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
All it takes is a half second of carelessness, and someone will be rocking the rim going the other way.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. And we'll be right back after this. In a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
And it's such an advantage to have a big man who can facilitate at a high level like that.
NBA playoffs, round 1. Thanks for joining us as we get back to the action on the court. LeVert out there with Holland. Then there's Isaiah Stewart. And it's Cunningham, and it's Jenkins in at the point. That's the group for Detroit right now. Here's Batadze following the bucket by the Pistons. Black dishes to Suggs. They double him with Cunningham. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Very difficult to stop team play when the ball's moving. Excellent find with the pass to create that scoring opportunity.
Now here's LeVert. Stewart with the screen on Wagner. 6 to shoot. 3-pointer, LeVert. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Batadze's got 5 rebounds tonight. Wagner on the wing, covered by Cunningham. Wagner passes to Kane, and here is Suggs. Kicks it out to Wagner. And it's off from three-point range. Detroit's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. LeVert with it. That shot missing. Magic shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. Outside, Suggs. And that's a foul. Called on Ron Holland. That's his first foul. Green, he's checked in for Jenkins. The Magic making a switch here. First quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. LeVert against Wagner. 6 on the shot clock. Offensive rebound. Here's Kane. Good on the triple.
That's a breakdown defensively. He is far too good of a shooter to leave that wide open.
Cunningham against Suggs. And here's Cunningham. To stop the drought. Good on the shot.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Pass to Wagner. And finished off by Wagner.
Oh, what a slam from Wagner. When he gets that close, he is going for it.
LeVert against Wagner. Now here's LeVert. Green with a screen for LeVert. And it's Green with the jam.
And all around threat, LeVert is skilled at sizing up defenses and exploiting them in that pick and roll.
Wagner against LeVert. Wagner passes to Suggs. Back to Wagner. Jacks up a three. Holland with the rebound. For Detroit, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And stolen by Wagner. And here we go with the Magic fast break. Kane, that's good.
They start that play with aggressive defense, finish with aggressive offense.
And that's why coaches hate live ball turnovers. Quite often, they lead to great opportunities the other way.
So it's Detroit now, following the bucket by Orlando. Cunningham outside. It's blocked. Suggs with the ball. Now defended by Cunningham. Pass to Wagner. Wagner outside. Here's De Silva. Outside, Suggs. No luck, they battled on the glass, but couldn't knock it down. Pistons leading by 23. Here's LeVert, and he's thrown down hard with both hands.
And just so good at reading angles. When LeVert spots a lane to the rim, he is all over.
Wagner kicks to Wagner. Pass to De Silva. Drills the three-pointer. De Silva's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
And J.B. Bickerstaff has called a timeout. He knows every possession is critical now. And a different look here for the Pistons. Jalen Duren, he's checked in for Stewart. Tobias Harris comes in for Holland. Thompson, he's checked in for Javonte Green. And it's Duncan Robinson in for Karis LeVert. And Detroit has possession. Here's Cunningham. To the middle. Here's Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
And one of the big reasons Cunningham went first overall in the draft, his playmaking at 6'6" is really valuable.
Here's Black. Pass to Kane. Carolus screen on Thompson. And the layup's good off the glass. Kane's got 7 points for the quarter.
That's very smart use of the screen, and it sets up a very close look.
Thompson outside. Now here is Harris. Duran with a screen on Banchero. It's stolen by Carter. Banchero against Harris. Pass to Bain. To the inside. Here's Kane and the powerful one-handed slam.
I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so. Pistons leading by 20. Left side Harris. It's stolen by Banchero. Here's Kane. He's covered by Thompson. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. He misses the wide open dunk. Orlando's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. Here's Kane. He's covered by Thompson. Banchero inside. Harris is there. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
A play like that can absolutely take the wind out of your sails. Just a tough break.
Wagner's checked in for the match. Suggs comes in for Anthony Black. The Pistons have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Pass to Harris. Duran with a screen on Banchero. Stolen by Carter. Wagner with it. Picked up by Thompson. Thompson against Wagner. Here is Carter. Outside, Suggs. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
Well, they are hunting deep shots, but they'll take the layup if you give them one.
Now here is Harris. Back to Cunningham. Just 5 on the clock. To end the cold streak, it's good. Cunningham's got 10 points in just the second half.
And you can see where he's made the adjustments. This half has been much better.
Suggs passes to Banchero. Carter against Duran. Here's Bain. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And don't sleep on Baines' ability to go right to the rack. That'll happen more often than not.
Harris against Banchero. And Detroit with another turnover here. The Magic trail by 17. Here's Bain. Carter sets the pick for Bain. Now Wagner. Clock at 6. And Harris will pull it down.
You can see the frustration in the quarter on his face, especially with his team trailing.
Here's Thompson. Cunningham on the wing. He's covered by Suggs. Suggs against Cunningham. Driving the lane. Not gonna go. Orlando's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. Now Wagner takes the 3. Duran pulls it down.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
Now here's Thompson. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. Cunningham gets the bucket.
We're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
And this is where you really want to be mindful. No turnovers, no sloppy play.
Banchero with the ball. Guarded by Harris. Banchero inside. Harris is there. It's stolen by Harris.
And guys, that's just about going to do it here for Game 5. Always pivotal. And now we look ahead to a critical Game 6. But a huge win tonight for the Pistons.
They simply ran him off the court.
They set the pace, and their transition game was executed flawlessly.
And we will have a Game 6. They have forced a Game 6. Their sheer will and determination paid off.
Yeah, I mean, it was a must-win, and they played like it. I mean, they came out with guts, with heart, and they now have their sights set on doing it again in Game 6.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Jalen Duren.
And the way he rebounded, he surely was a spark for the team as he was securing everything that came off the iron.
Drains the three-pointer.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Yeah, the atmosphere in this arena has been unbelievable. Great all-around effort by everyone to put this game away.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
It's been a nice stretch for them offensively.
I mean, the communication's great. The movement's been really good. This is solid team basketball.
Now here's Jenkins. Black defending. Now Jenkins. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. People were writing their obituary before this game, but this win cast the series in a whole new light now.
And listen, they still got to win 2 more. But after seeing how they performed tonight, is there any doubt, Kevin, they're capable of it? I mean, we could be in the midst of a major comeback.
No doubt at all, you're right. And that about wraps it up for this broadcast of the NBA Eastern Conference quarterfinals. For Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Jalen Duren.
It's the Pistons to start out. So a look at our starters for Orlando. Wagner and Banchero, the lethal front court pair. Suggs and Bane team up as the backcourt. And it's Carter in at center, filling out the middle. Now here's Harris. Cunningham outside. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Duren. And the dunk by Duren.
You have to put a body on Duren. He's quick, he's athletic, and he has that 7'5" wingspan.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
A bit ago, JB Bickerstaff and I were able to chat. Coach and I talked about the development of Franz Wagner since entering this league, and he said he was someone we watched early on, even though he didn't end up on our team. The way he's added to his game is incredible. It says a lot about the kind of work ethic that he has. Brian, back to you.
As always, Allie, we thank you.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
And Carroll with a screen on Robinson to the middle. Oh, Ben Carroll throws it down.
Ooh, getting up there. I mean, Ben Carroll wants everyone to know he's a threat to hammer it down.
Pass to Harris. Here's Duran. Cunningham outside. Over Suggs. And it's Cunningham missing. On the wing, Bain. Robinson defending. Orlando moving the ball around. And Carroll passes to Wagner. That's in. Coming off an assist from Ben Carroll.
Yeah, Wagner uses his size to muscle through that smothering interior defense.
Harris against Ben Carroll. Harris down low. Unable to get that one. Great D that time from Ben Carroll.
Yeah, they're still looking for some cohesion offensively.
And Carroll with the screen on Cunningham. Wagner looking it over. Pass to Carter. Nice D from Thompson.
Well, that's the look we wanted, but the defense doing just enough to impact that shot.
And that one's good. Cunningham.
Yep, and that's a confidence builder for Cunningham. Good to see him getting it done inside.
Now here's Suggs. Now here's Carter. Suggs outside. Pass to Bain. Duran against Carter. Over Duran. Carter can't get it to go. The Pistons have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. Thompson passes to Cunningham. Tries it from the top of the key. It's rebounded by Wagner.
Yeah, he hasn't been at his best this quarter. I'd like to see him be a little more patient right now.
Bain against Robinson. Right side Bain. Three-pointer. And Cunningham pulls it down.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Pass to Robinson. Fires the three. The Pistons rebound. Suggs against Cunningham. And here's Harris. 5 on the clock. Fires from deep. He buries it from 3.
Terrific at cashing in off the catch. Harris wants those passes to come his way.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Detroit leading by 3. Cunningham outside. And that one good.
Well, I like Cunningham in the paint the most. His outside shot is still developing, so his focus should be on scoring inside.
And so now a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
Here we go. Detroit Pistons. Yes, sir.
Magic trail by 5. Banchero outside. Pass to Bane. Miss after miss right now.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Now here's Duran. Out to Thompson. Outside Robinson. Three-pointer off the mark. The Magic have gone only 2 of 6 from the field. Payne against Cunningham. Payne surveying the D. Pass to Carter. Here's Banchero. Good rebound by Detroit. Here's Thompson. Oh, look out! Wow!
Are you kidding?
The athleticism of Thompson showing up right there. I mean, just explosive off the bounce.
Personal foul. First team foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Thompson.
One shot.
Thompson, no good on the free throw.
Well, in terms of pure talent, Asar Thompson has loads of it. I don't know if he has a ceiling. Precise delivery on the pass led him perfect.
Detroit leading by 5. Robinson passes to Duran. Now Cunningham. For 3, Robinson. Offensive board. Back to Cunningham. Chalk up 2 there. 6 points for Cade Cunningham.
No question who's in control of the board so far.
And so it's Suggs. He brings it up for the Magic. Outside Bane. And there's the screen. And Banchero outside. There's the 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Banchero's gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
And credit his teammates for feeding him all quarter.
Cunningham passes to Harris. Back to Cunningham. Great D that time from Suggs. Magic trail by 4. Down low. Lets it go from deep. And another 3 for Orlando.
Yeah, and for Suggs, his three-point shooting has come a long way since entering the league.
Now here's Cunningham. 6 points for him. Duran with a screen on Suggs. Duran in the high post. Pass to Harris. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Duran. Stolen by Carter. To the inside. And Carroll passes to Suggs. Now Bane. Robinson defending. Now Banchero. Suggs outside. And Orlando tacks on 2 more.
And when you look at Suggs' numbers, here's a guy who has really improved his shooting.
Harris on the wing. Back to Thompson. Pulls up, high post. It's rebounded by Banchero.
And they've come out with a fearless approach on the boards.
Here's Suggs. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot and will go to the line.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Orlando.
I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
You know, another thing that has impressed me has been their numbers of points in the paint, just dominating down there. They're just getting whatever shot they want in close.
That's good from Suggs.
Well, one thing you like about Jalen Suggs is this guy's a hard worker. You see that on the court, and you see it off in the way he's continued to work on his game.
And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. Howard's checked in for Suggs. And Detroit has possession. 4-point game. They set the screen. Pass to Jenkins. To win the cold spell. And so he draws the foul. Headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to go on Anthony Black. Detroit shooting their second and third shots at the line here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he drops the first. So hits one and misses one at the line.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Here's Howard. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Magic lead by 5.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Pass to Harris. Now here's Duran. Batase covering. Howard against Cunningham. And he lobs it up. 5 to shoot. Poke loose. And here's Howard. Now here's Black. Back to Howard. Inside. Here's Batase. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around. Now it's a 7-point Magic lead. 1:58 left in the first. LeVert with the ball. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Duran finds Cunningham. 6 on the shot clock. It's not going to go for him. Howard with some nice D. Here's De Silva. He's checked by LeVert. Black outside. Pass to De Silva. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. That one on Duran.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
Orlando shooting their second and third free throws tonight. First one at the line is good. And some changes here for Detroit. Stewart, he's checked in for Duran. Holland comes in for Harris. And Green is subbed in for Cade Cunningham. And the Magic making a change here as well. Baines checked in. Good on both.
It's not luck that he's so steady at the line. It's through repetition and hard work.
LeVert goes against Bain. Pass to Holland. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Now, B.A., you know they would would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. Here's Batase. Outside Bain. Jacks up a three. Offensive rebound. Second shot opportunity. And the layup good by Batase.
Have to take care of the defensive boards better than that.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreakers.
Here's Jenkins. Ooh, it's stolen away. Black with it. Guarded by Stewart. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Pass to De Silva. Here's Batase. Up and in on the layup. And it's an 11-point Magic lead.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Here's Jenkins. Black defending. Outside. Green. And here's LeVert. Stewart, a screen on Bain. Stewart outside for 3. He drops it from range.
Willing passers. Unselfish play. You have to appreciate this kind of offense.
Jalen Suggs has been leading the charge for Orlando. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. Back after this. And let's get you back onto the court for more of this pivotal Game 5. All right, guys, what do you think about the Magic here in this one?
Well, you have to love their activity level at the defensive end, racking up those steals.
Yeah, this defensive game plan is working very well, putting constant pressure on the offense and forcing a lot of mistakes.
They've got Karis LeVert, Holland out there with Isaiah Stewart. Then it's Green, and it's Jenkins in at the 1. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. Orlando shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in this game. The first free throw is good. Both good from the line that time. Here's Jenkins. Pass to Holland. Takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup. Holland's got his second basket of the night.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Kane. Back to Black. Just 5 on the clock. Puts up a deep 3. Kept alive by Orlando. Here's Batase. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good. Batase's got 8.
I mean, he's ignoring the scoreboard. He just keeps coming at him.
Well, you have to play like it's a tight game. You cannot let up in this league.
LeVert outside. Stewart outside. Here's the 3. And the Pistons, another 3.
Preparation paying off for Stewart. He was on his spot and ready to go the second he got the ball.
Second quarter here, just over a minute and a half played. LeVert goes against Bain. To the paint. Here's Kane. And he jams it home with authority.
And adds a few more points to their lead, showing off some style.
Wow, that was prime time stuff right there. Pass to Holland. Picked by Stewart. Lets it go. And finished off by Stewart.
Well, look, offensively, you want to put Stewart in the pick and roll. He's just so versatile.
Magic leading by 7. Here's Kane. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Well, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. For the Pistons, Thompson, he's checked in for Holland. Robinson comes in for Green. And Cade Cunningham subbed in for Jenkins. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. Outside Robinson. Thompson outside. Robinson against Bain. Shot clock at 5. Detroit needs to get off a shot. And here's Thompson for 3. That one no good. And it's Bain with the ball for Orlando. Pass to De Silva. Oh, it's stolen by LeVert. To the middle. And it's Cunningham missing. Magic leading by 9. Down low. Here's De Silva. Soft touch off the glass.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
LeVert outside. Detroit moving the ball around. Pass to Robinson. And again, no good by Detroit. For Orlando, they've gone a terrific 4 of 5 here in the second quarter. Here's Black. Here's De Silva. Outside Bain. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Batase throws it down.
That's a great pass. Offensively, Bain's the total package.
Tipped. Stewart, the pass to Robinson. And stolen by Bain. Pass to Black. Batase, a screen on Cunningham. Now Batase. Clock at 6. Here's Bain. Rebounded by the Pistons.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Tobias Harris checked in for the Pistons. A big group substitution here for Orlando. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Batase. Paolo Banchero comes in for Kane. Wagner's checked in for De Silva. And Suggs is subbed in for Black.
Well, Cade Cunningham is a terrific all-around player. His scoring, passing, and rebounding are a huge lift for this team.
On the wing, Bain takes a 3. Thompson pulls it in. Thompson's got 4 rebounds now.
And his shot just hasn't been there in this one. Luckily, his team has been able to make up the difference.
Here's Banchero. Boom! Banchero!
When it comes to attacking the basket, Banchero is one of the most dangerous players in the league.
Suggs against Cunningham. It's Thompson, high post. And so far in this one, 2 for 4.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
Suggs, the pass to Banchero. Carter, a screen on Harris. Banchero goes strong down low.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Pistons trail by 12. Harris outside. Back to Cunningham. And stolen by Suggs. Over to the wing. Banchero right side. Bain, the pass to Banchero. Banchero the screen. Wagner for 3. The 3 from Bain. That shot off. Good work defensively by Robinson. Detroit has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Thompson, a screen on Suggs. Harris outside. Stewart outside. Here's Cunningham. Ooh, Cunningham making moves inside.
Great touch there from Cunningham. He's so skilled.
Outside Carter. Banchero passes to Suggs. Banchero the screen. The 3 from Bain. Gets the 3 to fall. Bain's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Jalen Durham, he's checked in for Stewart. Pistons trail by 13. And the foul called on Jalen Suggs. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, picking up his second foul, he can still be aggressive, but has to be smart about it.
Here's Harris. Pass to Cunningham. Over Suggs. And again, no good by Detroit. Orlando leading by 13. Now Bain. Inside. Here's Carter. Duran with a rebound. Duran's got 7 rebounds in the game. Now Cunningham. 11 points in the game. To the inside. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Cunningham, a 6'6" point guard, built to operate in the pick and roll.
The Magic have gotten 8 of 13 shots to fall in the second quarter. Banchero against Harris. Fades. Banchero no good. Pistons trail by 11. To the middle. Here's Cunningham. Oh, Cunningham rises up.
Well, this is the story of the night for that defense. They have not been able to contain Cunningham.
And so now a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. Black checked in for Orlando.
Orlando substitution. Numero 0, Anthony Black.
Now here's Suggs. Give him 8 points now. Banchero with a screen on Cunningham. The kick out to Banchero. Orlando again missing.
And that's a strong closeout defensively. Great effort to deter the shot.
Thompson finds Robinson, and he gets the bucket. Robinson's got his first 2 points of the night.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
And Carroll with a screen on Cunningham. Cunningham against Suggs. Good D by Cunningham. And here's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for Detroit. Here's Harris. Another miss. He's 1 for 4 from the field. Orlando leading by 7. Suggs outside. Back to Wagner. Banchero outside. On the clock. The rebound by Detroit. Thompson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Inside, here's Harris. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 5 assists tonight.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
Back to Wagner. Pass to Banchero. Suggs outside. Carter, a screen on Cunningham. Suggs, the pass to Carter. And it's slammed in by Carter.
Plenty of muscle from Carter on that dunk. Wow.
And here's Robinson. Black defending. It's Thompson, high post. He has 6. Here's the floater. Rebound by the Magic.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
Banchero outside. Picked by Carter. Wagner, the pass to Carter. And stolen by Cunningham. And now the Pistons in transition. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Well, you see there the length that Cunningham has on the defensive end. He has a great steal to get that started.
Banchero outside. Wagner against Thompson. Carter, a screen on Thompson. Back to Banchero. Down low. Oh, got a piece of it. Suggs against Cunningham. Over Suggs. And it's Cunningham missing. Magic leading by 5. Wagner outside. Pass to Banchero. Over Harris. Banchero no good.
Well, he's got the green light in that situation. They want him taking that shot, even if he didn't get it to go.
Cunningham outside. Back to Harris. Over Banchero. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. It's the Magic leading by 5. All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
On the court now with J.B. Bickerstaff. Coach, as we approach the second half, what's going to be the deciding factor?
Just maintain. I think there were some things defensively that we left on the table where we gave up some cheap ones because we didn't communicate. So we solved those. I think we give ourselves a good shot going into the half.
All right, thanks so much, Coach.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be back right after the break for the third quarter here on 2K Sports.
First half of this postseason contest, and it hasn't been a great game so far. for the Detroit Pistons?
At the defensive end, I'm not seeing disruption. I don't mean just force the turnovers. I mean taking the offense out of the rhythm.
Yeah, I mean, when your opponent is shooting over 50%, a lot else has to go right. Checking out how the Pistons are doing in this series. Still alive, but facing some long odds. How do they keep hope alive?
Well, I think those tough moments are what reveal a lot of character, Ernie. I mean, how you perform when things aren't going your way, that's what makes you a pro.
And what makes you elite, it's not being that bad position in the first place.
Interesting point. And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
Great to have you with us again as we return to our coverage of round one. Nice game. Great performance by Cade Cunningham.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Orlando leading by 5. Here's who Jamal Mosley is starting the second half with. Banchero and Carter Jr. make up the front court. On the wing, it'll be Bane and Wagner. And it's Suggs in at the point. Banchero surveys. Just 5 on the clock. Carter, a screen on Cunningham. The 3 from Suggs. And it's Harris with the rebound. And Detroit is shooting a nice 50% for the game. Cunningham against Suggs. Cunningham passes to Robinson. Pass to Thompson. Over Wagner. And it's Orlando with a rebound. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. To the paint. Here's Carter. And the layup is good off the glass. Carter's gotten his second bucket.
Using his height well. Nice work by Carter Jr. right there.
Here's Cunningham. He's covered by Suggs. Duran with a screen on Suggs. To the middle. Stolen by Carter. It's a one-on-one situation. On the wing, Bane. Wagner outside. Sends it home from three-point land. And now a 10-point Magic lead.
Yeah, and look at the stroke on Wagner's 3. Total confidence.
Pass to Cunningham. Now Duran. He's checked by Carter. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wagner. Five to shoot. Harris finds Thompson. Yep, that one's good. Thompson's got 10.
Good work down low. I mean, I like how confident Thompson is from this area.
Banchero against Harris. And the call will be against Cade Cunningham. That's his first foul of the game. Banchero passes to Wagner. Orlando moving the ball around. Suggs against Cunningham. Shot clock at 6. Robinson with a steal. Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. Cunningham against Bane. And Franz Wagner picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Outside Robinson. Harris outside. Just 5 to shoot. with a 9-footer. Yes, on the jumper. He's got 7.
There's so many ways Harris can beat you. He has the size and skill to score from all 3 levels.
And Caro outside. Outside Bain. Harris against Caro. Paolo with the attack.
A nice start to the third. 3 out of 4 and looking good doing it.
A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter. Harris finds Cunningham. Now here's Duren. He's checked by Carter. And the dunk by Duren.
And that was special. It's easy to be excited about Duren's future in this league.
A terrific view of that move captured on the connected cam thanks to AT&T. Orlando leading by 6. Outside Carter. Back to Suggs. Pass to Caro. Back to Suggs. And stolen by Cunningham. Tipped away. The dive for the ball. Out of bounds. It'll be Orlando's ball.
Orlando ball.
For Orlando, they've gotten 3 of 4 shots to fall so far in the third. Caro outside. Shot clock at 5. Back to Suggs. From behind the arc. The rebound by Detroit. Thompson's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Harris. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 6 assists in the game. Caro outside. Pass to Bain. Wagner outside. The 3. Connects from downtown. Wagner's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Well, one of Wagner's greatest strengths is his confidence, which you especially see on these kind of shots.
And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And it's Detroit with the ball. Harris outside. Screen by Robinson. Harris's shot is good. Harris has got 6 here in the quarter.
And talk about imposing your will. That's 10 straight points in the paint.
Suggs outside. Pass to Carter. Now Suggs. Back to Wagner. 6 to shoot. From deep, Bain hits the 3-pointer. Bain's got 6 points.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Duren with a screen on Suggs. Cunningham finds Duren. That falls. Nice feed that time from Cunningham.
Yeah, almost impossible to stop Duren inside. Wow, just wow.
Outside Bain. Carter, a screen on Robinson. Bain, the pass to Caro. Now Suggs from outside the arc. Duren with a rebound. Duren's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Thompson against Bain. Pass to Cunningham. Duren with a screen on Suggs. The open shot, Cunningham. And again, it's Detroit converting.
big night for Cunningham. This is why he went first overall. They can take over a game.
And Carroll passes to Bain. Back to Carroll. Carter, a screen on Harris. Stolen by Thompson. And he lobs it up top. And the dunk by Duren.
He is ferocious on alley-oops. With his good hands and wingspan, Duren makes for an easy target on the lob.
Wagner, the pass to Carter. Carter, a screen on Robinson. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
And in the last two possessions, they've painted a picture of what not to do. Just way too loose with the basketball.
And Detroit making a change here. Jenkins is checked in. The Pistons trailing. Oh, what a performance offensively.
They're really rolling at that end. Excellent game plan.
Outside Robinson. Thompson, a screen on Bain. Pass to Jenkins. Clock at 6 for the lead. The rebound by Carter. And so Carroll will bring it up for the Magic. Outside Bain. Now here's Carroll. They double him with Harris. Wagner outside. The 3-ball. And once again, off the mark by Orlando. For Detroit, they've gone 8 of 10 in the third and looking in control. It's Robinson, high post, working on Carroll. Duren with a screen on Wagner. Thompson with it. Now guarded by Suggs. For the tie. Harris misses. Orlando has gone 3 of 7 from deep so far in the third quarter. And Carroll right side. And Carroll with a screen on Thompson. Kicks it out to Bain. They still need this. Pure from three-point range. Bain's got his third bucket of the night.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Harris misses. Magic leading by 5. Suggs outside. Outside Bain. Pass to Carroll. Elbow shot. Ooh, Carroll getting it done and tight.
Yeah, this is a part of Carroll's game they'd like to develop here in the league.
Now Harris. Count it. That's his 6th field goal in 12 tries.
He's a new man this half, playing with much better intensity and getting results.
And so now a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy.
It may be a players' league, but the coaches obviously play a big part as well.
And this is when a coach earns his paycheck. Analyze the situation and give your players the information they need to succeed.
And some changes here for Detroit. Stewart, he's checked in for Harris. Green comes in for Thompson. And Karis LeVert is subbed in for Robinson. And a new group getting ready for Orlando. Bataze's checked in for Carter. Kane comes in for Banchero. De Silva's checked in for Wagner. And Black subbed in for Suggs. And here's Black. Yet to see a basket. Outside Bain. From deep. Knocks down the long J.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
LeVert passes to Duren. Here's Jenkins. The 3 is up. Nails it from 3.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Well, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Outside Bain. There's a screen. shot clock. Shot on the wing. LeVert with a rebound.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
Here's Jenkins, guarded by Bane. To the inside. Here's Green. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Magic.
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep. And until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
Well, they've also been impressive, forcing a ton of mistakes. Not only that, but converting those mistakes into points on the other end.
Free throw good. Green. 1:14 left in the third quarter. Black outside. Inside. Here's Batase. Oh, he remains perfect. 7 for 7. Showing no signs of letting up.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
Stewart, left side. There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Cunningham. The shot from the low post is good. And that's 17 points for Cade Cunningham.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Pass to Batase. And rejected.
Well, Stewart understands his role is to protect the rim, and he does a great job of it.
And that shot was going nowhere thanks to that aggressive swat.
Yeah, this is the elevated energy level you expect in the postseason. Chasing down blocks and making an impact.
Jenkins is checked in for the Pistons. And here's Howard. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Kane. Holland with a rebound. Detroit has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Cunningham on the wing. Stewart, a screen on Howard. There's Cunningham with a 3. That one doesn't drop. 3 quarters of play and a close one here. Orlando ahead. They lead by 2. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining 2K Sports and our coverage of this first round. And so Cunningham will bring it up for Detroit. We've got Holland, also Karis LeVert out there. Isaiah Stewart out there with Cade Cunningham. And it's Jenkins in at the point guard position. That's the group for Detroit right now. Bane against Cunningham. Over Bane. And it's Cunningham missing.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the look they want. It's tough working the mid-range area.
Here's De Silva. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Magic lead by 4.
With a tough road ahead, they worked hard to get a good shot.
And there's a pick. Here's Cunningham. It's hauled in by Black. Black's got 4 rebounds in the game. And we played through about a minute here in the fourth. Outside Bane. This one for 3. Buries it from 3. And now it's a 7-point Orlando lead.
When this guy starts hitting threes, watch out. He's just pouring it on this half.
Cunningham outside. Picked by Stewart. Fires from 14. Count the basket. Cunningham's got 19 points.
Yeah, they need Cunningham to be effective from that mid-range area.
Pass to De Silva. Back to Black. Batase with a screen. to the wing on the left. Here's De Silva. Here's Kane. Orlando moving the ball around. There's a screen. Here's Bane. The Pistons clear it.
Well, clearly it hasn't been his best game offensively, but collectively, they've still found a way to get the lead.
Pass to Stewart. Now here's Cunningham. Back to Stewart. The shot's good on the assist by Cunningham. Cunningham's got his 6th assist of the night.
What I love about Stewart, he never backs down. Plays the game with passion that's rarely seen.
Here's Kane. Back to Black. Pass to De Silva. Lets it fly. And Cunningham pulls it down. Cunningham's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Holland. LeVert outside. And here's Stewart. Matase covering. Here's Jenkins. The shot that's on target. Good work defensively by Black. Now here's Bane. He's guarded closely. And the call will be against Cade Cunningham. That'll be a second foul of the game. And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. And some changes here for Detroit. Harris is checked in for Holland, and Green is subbed in for Jenkins. Then for Orlando, Wagner's checked in for Matase, and Franz Wagner's subbed in for De Silva. A chance here to catch up with Ali from the sideline.
Hi, guys. Well, Jamal Mosley was just reviewing the plan with his team. Coach was blunt with his assessment. He said to throw out everything that happened until now. It is a brand new game, and it's only a few minutes. Leave it out on the floor. Back to you guys.
Appreciate the report, Ali. To the right side to stop the drought. And the three-pointer goes. And the Magic lead by 6.
And they keep attacking from the three-point range here in the second half.
Harris outside. Back to Cunningham. Cunningham using his size.
Cunningham making it go in the thick of things.
Orlando leading by 4. Bane with it. Pass to Black. Wagner with a screen on Cunningham. Black passes to Wagner. Orlando needs to get off a shot here. Black no good. The Pistons have got 3 of 6 shots to go in this 4th quarter. Cunningham against Bane. Green with a screen on Bane. And here's Cunningham outside. It's rebounded by Wagner. Orlando's gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the 4th quarter. Pass to Kane. Back to Black. Now Bane. Down low. Oh, deflected. It's stolen by Green. Inside. Wagner with a steal. Wagner against LeVert. And here's Black. To the inside. Wagner. And the dunk by Wagner.
Well, look, you can't let Wagner get this deep. You deserve to get dunked on when you give him this position.
Cunningham outside. Pass to Green. Wagner with a steal.
Well, his block numbers might not always show it, but Stewart is a strong defender who alters a lot of shots.
Good. Taking it straight to the rim. Going for the high percentage shot when it matters the most.
Well, when it's this close, you want to put your best scorers in a position to succeed. That's exactly what happened.
Wagner, the pass to Black. Here's the pick. Pass to Kane. Goes up on the wing. Hey, no good. Pistons trail by 4. Cunningham outside. Back to Harris. Now here's LeVert. Fires from the wing. It's hauled in by the Magic. Wagner's got 4 rebounds now. Black, left side. The teardrop. And it's Harris with the rebound. Harris has got 6 rebounds in the game. LeVert goes against Bane. There's Cunningham with a 3. Rebounded by Kane.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
To the paint. And the dunk by Wagner.
Well, with his size and athleticism, it's not hard for Wagner to get up there.
Now here's Cunningham. Black defending. Cunningham, left side. Green in the post. Defended by Wagner. And that one's good. Green's got 4 points in the quarter.
That's what you call playing big. He just stays committed to the attack mode.
Well, if you have the killer instinct he showed there, it doesn't matter what the size disadvantage.
From deep, Bane. Ooh, LeVert with some nice D. And Harris has got the ball here for the Detroit Pistons. To the middle. And Cunningham throws it down.
Well, that's what you want from Cunningham. Use your size, attack the rim.
Now Black. Wagner outside. Banked it in off the glass. Wagner's got 10 points in just the second half.
Yeah, and showing some force inside. Wagner making sure he gets his.
Cunningham looking around. Here's Green. The shot's good on the assist by Cunningham.
I mean, some good stuff out here. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come off of nice passes.
Wagner against Green. Pass to Bane. Cunningham there for the rebound.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
To take the lead. Wagner with the rebound. Orlando's got 2 of 5 threes to go here in the 4th. That's in!
Wow, what a strong finish by Black. Sticking with it through the contact.
And so Jamal Mosley calls for the timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan.
Timeout on the court. Talk to Orlando. Here we go, fans. Time to get hype. Everybody, it's the Pistons Hype Squad.
And some changes here for Detroit. Duren, he's checked in for Stewart. Thompson comes in for Green. And it's Robinson in for LeVert. Then for Orlando, Wendell Carter comes in for Wagner. And Banchero subbed in for Kane.
One shot.
He knows just how important these shots are, and he makes them count.
And so Cunningham will bring it up for Detroit. Beyond the arc. Cash from Cunningham on the the three ball.
Well, this is what he does. A proven scorer in the clutch.
Payne outside. A minute 58 left in the fourth quarter. Deflects the pass. Great awareness to beat the clock.
Well, he can play inside with that 6'7" size. Block aggressive down low.
Duran with a screen on Bane. Here's Cunningham. Lets it go from 14. Can't get it.
Stepping up to secure the board, he just wanted it more.
Now Bane. 1:25 left in the fourth. Now Carter. Bane up top. Duran pulls it down.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selections. You have to be set up for success.
Here's Bane. And Carroll with a screen on Cunningham. Bane. It's money from deep.
And how about Desmond Bane, among the most accurate shooters in the world?
And the timeout called here by J.B. Bickerstaff, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. The Magic making a switch here. Suggs is checked in. Against Suggs. Thompson outside. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth. Now here's Suggs. Wagner outside. Here's Banchero.
For a young player, Banchero has tremendous footwork in the post. He stays in balance and puts defenders in awkward spots.
He gets the first, and that stretches their lead to 8.
And the playmaking skills Banchero has already are outstanding. Just such a unique young player.
Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. And so it's Detroit with it. Stolen by Carter. They can simply hold on to the ball here.
No question, B.A. They deserve the win.
They've won it. Next stop, conference semifinals. They really took control of this series in impressive fashion, and now they're on to the second round.
Hopefully this is some momentum they can continue to build upon. That energy will make them difficult to contend with.
Well, that'll do it for now. Glad you could join us during the first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. For Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. We hope you enjoyed our broadcast. And let's leave you with our player of the game, Desmond Bane.